keeping with you on this fine Thursday lunchtime. It's Jitterbug Judy Love. Nadia Salsa Sawala. Snake Hips Sinatra Sarker.
Snake hips, baby.
And me, Christine Lambada Lampard.
I should have done a little...
Go on then, do it now.
You can do it again
There
for
you
us. There you go. Never missing a jump. Today's guest is no stranger to this panel, and we are thrilled that she's back for a very long overdue catch-up. Please welcome Penny Lancaster.
I always have to take a moment when I see Penny. Like I did, because she's just so gorgeous. You just go, oh, just let me have a minute.
Could be something to do with the height. But I'm so happy to be back.
Lovely to see you.
It's like good. Just with girlfriends, you know, for coffee, like haven't seen for ages.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Well, we showed a picture earlier on with you with crutches. There are no crutches today, Penny, so I'm hoping you're on the mend. What happened?
I'm
How are you
hoping I'm on the
doing?
mend. I actually had a scan yesterday. I haven't got the results back yet, but I tore meniscus back in September.
That's painful.
And then just when I thought I was getting better, I was out on tour with my husband in Brazil, and I decided to go to a jiu-jitsu class like you do for extra training, you know, for my police work, a little defence. But I overdid it, and I've made it way worse.
Oh, no.
So I've been off of foot patrol, in the city.
Oh, really? Did you feel it go? Did you know you'd done something?
During that class, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
You felt it happen?
Yeah.
But only you, Penny, could make a picture with crutches look like you're on the front of a magazine.
New accessory.
But so, like, I mean, because I'm a bit of a lazy, cowardly woman, I'd be pleased to think, oh, I don't have to go out and be police. I'm just going to hide away. But I bet you're missing it, aren't you?
Dreadfully.
Do you?
It's like my injection of life to, you know, to be able to be out there and volunteer and help out like I do. I love it so much.
I love
miss
this
it.
side of you. I didn't know about you being a policewoman, and I was asking the guys earlier, and I was just so, like, blown away by the fact that you tried it, liked it so much, you then went and made it, like, part of your life.
Well, it's that whole thing of, like, when women get to 50, it's not the end.
No.
Absolutely not. Forget menopause, forget all that. You know, if you get the help and support you need, we're capable of anything. So learn a new skill.
Because you'd actually done a show, hadn't you, where you had to train. Was it like for a week or something?
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks up in Peterborough to see what it was like on the front line with special constables, which I am, who volunteered their time for free, have the same powers as regular officers. So I worked with the regulars and the specials. And the guy said, I've got a 9-to-5 job and I come and do this in my extra hours. I was like, maybe I could add that string to my bow.
It's amazing. Well,
and Rod was over the moon, I presume.
Not for a while, but he's seen the dedication that I have with the force and what it gives me back, as well as what I can give them.
It is a dedication. You obviously heard the conversation we was having beforehand. How do you feel about, you know, the rise in knife crime and some of the legislations that certain, you know, politicians and political parties are putting forward?
Well, it is a serious crime, of course. You know, in the City of London, where I police in that square mile, I haven't had to deal with anything of that type, but there are crimes like that happen every day, especially when it comes to phone snatches. Those that are willing to take someone's life using a knife just for a phone is pretty devastating. But you would really, with studies, show that a lot of the knives that are carried are young men from the age of 12 to 25. So it really needs to be tackled at school. There needs to be better education. And sadly, you hear that a lot of these young lads are carrying bladed articles, as we call them, offensive weapons, because of fear.
Yeah, that's the horror, isn't it?
It's that needs to be tackled. I mean, of course, you know, the legislations are made by the government and the police are there just to enforce those laws. We don't make those laws. And, of course, a crime needs to have consequences. But we've got to fix why it happens in the first place.
But are you ever, seriously, are you ever frightened? Do you feel frightened ever when you go out?
I don't actually, but where there is an element of fear, that's sort of part of the excitement of the job, I suppose. Going out on patrol, you don't know whether you'll be dealing with a criminal or a victim. And actually, that's what I love most about the job is you do come across victims, whether it's someone that is struggling with life and they're on the bridge, because we look after the bridges in London. So it's suicide watch, or whether it's a victim, a lady that feels that she's being stalked and she's terrified to go home at night. We have a fantastic force in the city, and there's a particular duty that I enjoy doing, where they have a welfare tent at Liverpool Street Station. So women that feel vulnerable can come to that tent and discuss their problems. You could do a walk and talk with a police officer around the streets.
Really?
Yeah.
Good
So, yeah, we are really trying to really target crimes
What's
on
the
women.
walk and talk about?
Walk and talk, well, any member of public can come up to our welfare tent, and we have information where you can sign up to have time spent with an officer out on duty, whether it be a lady that's unsure about her journey from her office to the station on the way home, that maybe the lights are too dark, you know, any concern.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good to know.
Exactly. That's the extra thing that we don't hear about, unfortunately, isn't it? And it needs to be promoted. There have been some sort of extraordinary moments so far as well. Of course, you were working on the day of the Queen's funeral, Penny, which was a hugely moving moment for everyone in the country. But I think being there with a role and feeling the grief that was on the streets that day, and it takes over, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I did all my 8 months training, we take a pledge to be a police constable, and that pledge is to the Queen, to Her Majesty, now, of course, the King. So when we got the devastating news as police officers through our police emails that she'd fallen, it was sort of hands on deck, and every officer, regular and specials, were required to be on duty because there were obviously going to be loads of public present that day, and it was an absolute honour.
How did you feel when you knew you were going to be there?
Well, it was a sense of pride, of course. You know, that's what we signed up for, and then on the flip side, of course, the joy that we were able to celebrate the King's coronation and stand there on the streets of Whitehall, protecting that particular procession as well.
Yeah,
I can see it still moves you, right?
But I love the fact that you have found something you're so passionate about, Penny, you know, and it's such a different role in life to anything that you'd done before. And it's a brilliant thing. It's very inspiring to a lot of people. The police mightn't necessarily be the role that Nadia chooses, but
I think we all need to find something, don't we?
We do. We need to find our thing, don't we?
And it's never too late.
Exactly that. It's strange as well, because Rod is very much about reinventing himself, isn't he? He never sits still. He always wants to be out. He's doing something new. He's got new music coming out next month.
Yes, the album Swing Fever with Jules Holland is going to be incredible.
So a bit of a different sound. He's done his Vegas residency since 2011. I mean, he just doesn't stop. I can see why you two work. You know,
we're a good team. We're a good team.
Yeah.
We bounce off each other's energies, and he supports my jobs and my roles that I take on, and vice versa.
But most importantly, he's very good with potholes.
It's very good.
I love this story. What is it he calls himself? Rod's Pots.
Rod's Pots. Well, he said I might start up my own company and have a van, you know, and go take care of as many potholes as I can.
The potholes are ready.
If he has any time in his
He would appreciate the potholes as bad as Jamaica potholes. We need.
They are so forgotten in the scheme of the prioritising of what's important. But actually, the minute you go over one of those potholes, you pray your car is going to.
I know.
But he goes out and fixes them.
I know. It's amazing. It's such a good cause.
I go out on a tractor and cut all the hedgerows back.
Well, he's potholing, you're hedgerowing.
Yes. We're local community heroes.
Oh, I love that.
That's a bit of kit. That's a proper bit of kit.
I don't drive, of course. I'm just in the cab seat.
Honestly, being part of it. But he's doing well and good.
Oh, absolutely amazing. Yes, he's at home actually doing some interviews about some upcoming tours that he's got in America. And then he's off to Asia. And then he's touring in Europe, and then he's back in Vegas. It's non-stop.
He's such a sweetie, because I remember when I did the Royal Variety and I was so nervous, and he just hugged me and went, "Judy, you'll be all right, go on." And he probably gave me a pep talk. I was nervous, and then Let's rush you. Oh my God. You're making me more nervous. But, you know, please.
No, he's a very humble,
thank you. So sweet
humble
of
man,
you.
yeah. Thank you.
He's an absolute legend. Penny, you're going to stay with us, aren't you?
Yes,
Yes.
certainly am.
Will you please stay with us?